I just don't know what to do. Let's go! I just don't know what to do. Let's go! Oh my god! Let's go! I just don't know what to do. Let's go! Oh my god! Fucking after like it's almost 12:20. I've been trying this for 20 fucking minutes. Let's go! Oh my god. Okay, fucking finally. Now I can finally get on with the fucking show after 20 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, fucking finally. Now I can finally get on with the fucking show after 20 minutes. Exactly, past me. Oh my god. Okay, fucking. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Is there anyone in here except for me? No. Okay. So that means that if you are watching this, you are watching this after the fact. And since I'm gonna make a post to Instagram real quick. I should probably take the picture. Where's the fucking camera app? Here we go. Okay. Yeah, that's a good picture to post to Instagram. Okay. Pictures, camera roll. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to copy the link. Posted. Okay. I'm also going to share this to my story. How the fuck do I share this to my story? This? No. Bro, I barely fucking use Instagram. How do you do this shit? Is there anyone watching besides me? No. Okay, I just need to create the story itself. So create. No, not a post. Do I need to fucking do this on my phone? Whatever. There we go. Now it's been shared to Instagram. Alright, since I guarantee if you are watching right now, you are watching after the fact. Welcome to the 4th annual, I guess 4th? Technically 3rd, technically 4th, whatever the fuck. Annual Music Collection live stream! My windows are open, but not fully open, so no one can hear me. So I can scream all I want. I'm the only one here. Welcome. I didn't do this the last 2 years in 2023 or 2024 because I was very sick. So the last time I did this was 3 years ago in 2022. Back then, I only had one CD shelf. It was over there. The whole layout of my room was different. There's a desk where you currently are. My CD shelves, I had a dresser, which is currently where you are. And right there, I had my shelf, which was over there. A whole bunch of stuff is different. I aged a couple more years, got quite a few more CDs, got rid of a lot of them, actually. Back then, I had quite a lot of shit that I didn't really care about, like fucking Bryan Adams or Enya, which I got rid of. Because I was like, I'm never going to fucking listen to this shit. Why do I have it? And so back then, I only was doing CDs. That's it. I didn't do tapes, I didn't do records, but that's what I'm going to do. This is going to take maybe around 2 hours. I'm not entirely sure. 1 to 2 hours, likely. I have about 900 CDs, 100 records, and 40 tapes. So I usually film right here. I have my phone set up directly on this shelf when I film videos. But for this, I wanted to have my CDs as the background for once. And yeah, no, I think we should just get started here because I don't want you fucking waiting anymore. Okay, so I'm just going to grab, how this is going to work is I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of CDs. I'm going to set them down by me and I'm just going to tell you what they all are, show them to you, maybe add a little thing. I'm not going to add a little thing for all of them. But here we go. First one alphabetically right here. Abysmal Dawn's Nightmare Frontier EP. Yeah. Then we got Accept, Balls to the Wall. Accept, Blood of the Nations, and Restless and Wild. Now we're starting with our first pretty long one. AC/DC. I have a bunch of AC/DC albums. We got Back in Black, Black Ice, Blow Up Your Video, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, Fly on the Wall. For those about to rock, we salute you. High Voltage, Highway to Hell. If you want blood, you've got it. Let There Be Rock, Live, Powerage, Power Up, The Razor's Edge, Rock or Bust, and Who Made Who from Maximum fucking Overdrive. So yeah, I put these in here on the stack the wrong way. All right. So yeah, that's the first little bit. The CDs are definitely going to take the longest because I have the most of those. God damn, my leg is itching. Yeah, I don't know why I'm fucking stacking the wrong way, whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. I'm not going to make that same mistake again later on. Okay? Still, nobody is watching. Love that, except for you who are watching after the fact. Okay. Let's move on here. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next little bit. So here we got Aerosmith. We got Big Ones, Done with Mirrors, Get Your Wings, Permanent Vacation, and Pump. And then we have the Agony Scene self-titled. Now we got Alice in Chains. We got their self-titled album. Black Gives Way to Blue. Dirt. Facelift. Jar of Flies. Oh wait, I'm fucking showing the wrong fucking camera. My bad. I keep thinking that I'm recording on my computer, but no, I'm recording on my phone. I'm fucking stupid. MTV Unplugged. And then, so that's all Alice in Chains. Now we got two stuff by All That Remains. We have Behind Silence and Solitude. And The Fall of Ideals, one of the best albums ever made. So yeah, that's it for that section. And now we are fully done with the first little shelf here. Which is good. I'll grab the next couple. So here we got some Amon Amarth, The Avenger, Fate of Norns. Why am I fucking showing that? Oh my god! We got The Avenger, Fate of Norns, Surtur Rising, Versus the World, and With Odin on Our Side. Then we got on Anacrusis, Screams and Whispers. Then Angelus the Patriot, self-titled. And then Annihilator, we got Alice in Hell, Ballistic Sadistic, Carnival Diablos, Criteria for a Black Widow, Metal, Never Neverland, Remains, Schizo Deluxe, and Set the World on Fire. This is my favorite album for a couple of years, but now it's my second favorite album. And my favorite album we probably won't get to for about another hour, because it's all the way in T. Okay. Now we got the next section. We got Fail on Some of the Illegals, Walk Through Exits Only. Then Anthrax, Among the Living, Attack of the Killer. Oh my God! Fail on Some of the Illegals, Walk Through Exits Only. Anthrax, Among the Living, and Attack the Killer Bees. Fistful of Metal. For All Kings. I'm the Man EP. Persistence of Time. Spreading the Disease. State of Euphoria. Sound of White Noise. Stomp 442. We've Come For You All. And Worship Music. I actually have 2 CDs coming from Amazon today. They were saying from 1:15 to 3:30, so they might actually arrive during the stream. So I guess once it reaches 1:15 in the delivery range, I'll check Amazon like periodically to see if they arrive, and then we can do a little unboxing. All right, next band we have Arch Enemy. I have quite a few. Anthems of Rebellion, Blood Dynasty, Burning Bridges, Doomsday Machine, Chaos Legions, Rise of the Tyrant, The Root of All Evil, Stigmata, Wages of Sin, and War Eternal. Then we have Archaic Revolt, Death's River. And then Arrival of Autumn, Harbinger. This is some really great metalcore. Listen to them. They're awesome. I love Arrival of Autumn. Then we have Arsis, Starve for the Devil, and We Are the Nightmare. And then Artillery's X. And we're about to finish off the A's, actually. So here's Atheist Elements. At the Gates, Slaughter of the Soul. Attacker, The Unknown. Audio Slave, self-titled. And Out of Exile. And then August Burns Red, Guardians. And Rescue and Restore. And we got Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil, and Waking the Fallen. And then the last for A is Axe Hammer's Wind Rider or Wind Rider. I'm not sure. We'll just go with Wind Rider. Yeah. So that's it for the A's. Now let's move on to B. So starting off the B's, we got Bad Brains, self-titled, Bad Religion, Stranger Than Fiction, and Suffer. Beastie Boys, License to Ill. B. Graveman's, Horrific Illusions, Beckon. Between the Buried and Me, The Parallax 2, Future Sequence. Black Dahlia Murder, Ever Black, and Nocturnal. Then now we got Black Sabbath, quite a few of those. The Nativity and Black Tribute album. Black Sabbath self-titled. Dehumanizer. Heaven and Hell. Master of Reality. Mob Rules. Never Say Die with a Bruce Springsteen sticker on it. I think that's kind of fun. Paranoid. Reunion live album. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. 13. And Volume 4. And we're about to finish off the B's, actually. So we got Bleeding Through the Truth, Blood Incantation, Absolute Elsewhere, Blue Oyster Cult, Tyranny and Mutation, Body Count self-titled. This one actually has Cop Killer on it, which is pretty awesome. I got that one from a garage sale, actually. Bolt Thrower, Realm of Chaos, Bonded by Bloods, Exiled to Earth, David Bowie's Outside, and now we got another band that I have quite a few stuff by, Bullet for My Valentine. We got Fever, Hand of Blood, The Poison, Scream Aim Fire, my favorite, Temper Temper, and Venom. That's it for the B's. Hi, my name is Michael with a B, and I've been afraid of insects. Stop. Where? Where's the B? There's a B! Okay. Let's go up to here, yeah. Then we've got C. Moving into the C's. We got Cannibal Corpse, Gallery of Suicide. Kill. And Vile. Now I've got Carcass. Surgical Steel, Symphonies of Sickness, and Torn Arteries. I've got Carnage, Dark Recollections, Cavalera, Morbid Visions, re-recording, Celtic Frost to Megatherium. I've got some Children of Bottom, Follow the Reaper, Hate Breeder, and Something Wild. Now I've got a band I love that you should listen to, Chronosphere. I have Embracing Oblivion and Red and Roll. They're awesome, like melodic, technical thrash metal. Listen to Chronosphere, they're fucking awesome. I've got Cinderella, Heartbreak Station, Long Cold Winter, and Night Songs. There we go. Okay. Continuing on with the C's, we got Circle Jerks, Group Sex, Clutch, Blast Tyrant, Pure Rock Fury, and Strange Cousins from the West. I've got John Coltrane, Blue Train, Giant Steps, Lush Life, and My Favorite Things. I've got Coma's Mindless, and then Confessor's Sour Times EP. Control Denies, Fragile Art of Existence. Coolio, See You When You Get There single. And Coolio's It Takes a Thief. I have quite a few albums from this next artist, and that's why this entire thing I just grabbed is all of them. Alice Cooper. I mean, right here. Alice Cooper. So we got Billion Dollar Babies, Detroit Stories, Alice Cooper Goes to Hell, Hey Stupid, Killer, The Last Temptation, Love It to Death, Paranormal, Raise Your Fist and Yell, School's Out, The Alice Cooper Show, Trash, Welcome to My Nightmare, and Welcome to My Nightmare. So that's all Alice Cooper. I actually saw him with Judas Priest earlier this year. Judas Priest was awesome. Alice Cooper fucking sucked. His sound was terrible. Couldn't hear anything. Left after like 2 or 3 songs. Sounded terrible. But I already saw him twice before that, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, I love Alice. Okay. Now we got Coroners. Oh. My phone. There we go. Coroners. Oh, I got a notification. There we go. It was just my dad. So Coroner, No More Color. Punishment for Decadence. Then Croce Conformities, Deliverance. And In the Arms of God. Crippers, Antagonist. Crowbar, self-titled. That one's missing the booklet. Crucified Mortals, Converted by Decapitation. And self-titled. And we got Crypta, Echoes of the Soul. And Shades of Sorrow, both their albums. And the Cult Sonic Temple. I love how when I go like all the way over there, I just disappear, then I come back. There I go, hey! Because I'm watching the stream on the computer. The Cure, Disintegration. The Head on the Door. And Mixed Up. Then we got Cynic, Carbon-Based Anatomy EP. Kindly Meant to Free Us. And Traced in Air. Then we got Cypher Seer, Awakening Day, Cypress Hill, Black Sunday, and they're self-titled. And bam, that's all the C's. Now we're getting started on D. I have quite a lot of D. I think more than A. So yeah, starting off we got Dath, The Hinderers. Love this band, love that album. And Damned Nation's Sign of Madness. All right, with this stack, we're about to finish off the very first shelf, which is exciting. So we got Glenn Danzig's Black Aria, and then Danzig self-titled, Lucifuge, How the Gods Kill, and Danzig 4. I'm pretty sure this one does have a subtitle, but I'm not sure what it is. Then Dark Angel, Darkness Descends, Leave Scars, Live Scars, and Time Does Not Heal. I don't have their new album Extinction Level Event because it fucking sucks. And then we got Dark Thrones, A Blaze in the Northern Sky. And then ending off that shelf, Dark Tranquillity's Character. So yeah, that's it for the very first shelf of CDs. We only have 1, 2, 3. We only have about 3.5 more to go. Done. So this is going to take a while. All right. Now we're getting started on that shelf. You can see the little dent I made in there. Awesome. Okay, so here we have Dark Tranquillity's Haven. And then we got some good old jazz, Miles Davis, Birth of the Cool, Blue Miles, In a Silent Way, Kind of Blue, Sketches of Spain. Now we have Death, Human, Sound of Perseverance, and Symbolic. And then we got Death Angel, Act 3, The Dream Calls for Blood, The Evil Divide, Frolic Through the Park, and Humanicide. We have Death Heaven's Viral Apocalypse. And now we got some Deep Purple. I have Fireball and Deep Purple and Rock. All right, now we're starting with a band that I genuinely I'm not entirely sure why I still have stuff by them because I never really listened to them. It's Def Leppard. I have Adrenalize, High and Dry, Hysteria, Pyromania, and On Through the Night. Now we have some Deicide, Legion, and the Stench of Redemption. De La Soul's Artificial Intelligence, Mosaic Thump. Deliverance, The Executioner. Denial's Ophiuchus. Not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Destruction's The Antichrist. Devil Driver, The Last Kind Words. And Pray for Villains. And then Diabolic Intents Reborn. Alright. Moving on here. Bruce Dickinson, Accident of Birth. Live in Studio A. Dillinger Escape Plan, self-titled EP. I'm going to have to censor this one. Dim Uber Gears, Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. First one I'm having to censor. Awesome. Dio's Evil or Divine, live in New York. Holy Diver. Killing the Dragon. The Last in Line. And Lock Up the Wolves. Now Disillusions, Back to Times of Splendor. This is awesome progressive death metal. Dismembers, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream. This is awesome Swedish death metal. Two awesome stuff right by each other. Dispatch, Terrorizer, The Last Chapter. Then Dissections, The Somberlin. And Divine Eve's Vengeful and Obstinate. Right? Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. All right. No, we got someone watching. What's up? Oh, fuck. Dawkins, Back for the Attack. Tooth and Nail. Now we got some stuff by The Doors. Again, don't really know why I have them. I don't really listen to them all that much, but we got self-titled The Doors, Soft Parade, Strange Days. Now we have Downs, Nola. Now we have some stuff by Dragon Force, Inhuman Rampage, Power Within, Sonic Firestorm, and Ultra Beatdown. Now we have Dr. Dre's The Chronic, and 2001, and Dream Evil's The Book of Heavy Metal. Now we've got a band that I have quite a few. Oh, fuck, that guy left. You didn't like that I noticed him. Anyways, now we got Dream Theater, Awake, Black Clouds and Silver Linings, A Change of Seasons, A Dramatic Turn of Events, Self-Titled, Falling into Infinity, Images and Words, Scenes from a Memory, 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, Systematic Chaos, Train of Thought. This one might be actually my favorite Dream Theater album. And When Dream and Day Unite. I'm just going to grab the 4 Ds that are left because we're about done with the D. DRI's Dealing With It. And the Dirty Raw LP. With only 28 songs, nothing much. Drowning in the Plat's Erosion. And Dustbolt's Mass Confusion to end off D. Now moving into E's. I do not have that many E's, but what I do have is really good. A lot of good bands start with E. Fuck! Alright, so starting off the E's, we have Emperors in the Nightside Eclipse. awesome black metal. Enforced War Remains. And Saphirum's Iron. Enslaved Below the Lights. Entomb's Left Hand Path. And To Ride, Shoot Straight, and Speak the Truth. Unreal Estate. And Wolverine Blues. Now we got Evils Possessed by Evil. Evile, we have Enter the Grave. Infected Nations. Skull. And The Unknown. I'm just going to make sure that there is audio. That there is audio. Okay, good. And then we got Exciters, Violence, and Force. Because, like, the whole troubleshooting thing earlier was about audio. So we do have audio, I just want to make sure. Alright, now we're going to finish off E. Not a lot of it anyway. We got Accents, Histronic, I think. And another Accents, Tabula Rasa. Or something, I'm not sure. Exhorter Defectum Omnium. Got Exodus, Bonded by Blood. Fabulous Disaster. Impact is Imminent. And Pleasures of the Flesh. Now we got Extreme. Self-titled. Extreme 2 Pornograffiti. 3 Sides to Every Story. And Waiting for the Punchline. So that's it for E. Then we're going to move on to another letter that I don't have much from, F. Starting off the F, we have Faith No More, Album of the Year. Angel Dust. The Real Thing. And Soul Invictus. And now Fate's Warnings, Parallels. Hold up. There we go. Alright, I was just had a notification. Alright, now we got Fear Factories, Demanufacture. Digimortal. Obsolete. Remanufacture, Cloning Technology. And A Soul of a New Machine, and Fear is the Mind Killer. Okay, cool. It was just glitching out over there. Alright. Let's move on. I keep getting fucking notifications. Now we got Fester Guts, Heritage of Putrescent. Not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Fights, A Small Deadly Space. That was Rob Halford's like sort of thrash band in the 90s. Flotsam Jetsam Quattro. Doomsday for the Deceiver. Drift. The End of Chaos. And No Place for Disgrace. Now you got Forbidden Evil. And Twisted into Form. And then Frequency, When Dream and Fate Collide. Okay. Now we got From the Depths, Bereavement. And Elysium, not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Frozen Souls, Crypt of Ice. Gamma Bomb, Citizen Brain. Gamma Ray, Heading for Tomorrow. Gardenian Syndustries. And Soul Burner. Now you got Gate Creeper, Dark Superstition. And Genesis. Now you got Nursery Crime. Wind and Wuthering. Seconds Out. Wait, hold on. That should be Seconds Out and then Wind and Wuthering. Not entirely sure why it's like that. Yeah, we ended F right there. Now we're in G. And we're going to end off G right here. Let's go! All right, we got, starting here, we got Ghouls, Noxious Concoctions, Godflesh, Love and Hate and Dub, and Street Cleaner. Oh my fucking god. Okay, that one wasn't even text. Now we got Grave as Rapture Comes. Ground Controls Dragged. And Insanity. I don't know why I still have Guns N' Roses, don't really listen to them, but Appetite for Destruction. And both use Your Illusion albums. And I'm not fucking dropping them. And ending off G, we have Guar's This Toilet Earth. Now we're moving into H. We got Hanging Fortress, Suspended in Torment. A Harlem Sunset, self-titled, not entirely sure what this is, still haven't listened to it, probably should. Hatriot, The Veil of Shadows. Now we have The Haunted Made Me Do It, and Live Rounds in Tokyo. One Kill Wonder. Revolver. Now we got Havoc's Burn. Recorded where I live, actually. Not my house, but like in my city. Hearts Brigade. Self-titled. Jupiter's Darling. Don't know why I said it like Jupiter. And Little Queen. Now we got Heathen, Empire of the Blind, and Victims of Deception. I love how does every Heathen album have of in it? Breaking the Silence, actually, no. Breaking of the Silence. Okay, come on. Oh, there we go. All right. Now we got Hell On Reborn and Strong Enough. I got Halloween Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1 and Part 2. And then we got Hell's Domain, self-titled. Hellstorm Into the Mouth of the Dead Rain. Helmet's Aftertaste. And of course, Betty, Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced, Axis Bold as Love, and Electric Ladyland. Alright, we're about to finish off H and into I. We got Hyrax, El Rostro de la Muerte. And the New Age of Terror. Now we got another one of my favorite bands, Holy Moses. Agony of Death. Invisible Queen. Master of Disaster EP. New Machine of Liechtenstein, one of my absolute favorite albums ever made. And Strength, Power, Will, Passion. Now we got some Hypocrisy, self-titled. Into the Abyss. And Osculum Obscenum. That's it for H. We're moving into I. And we're also finishing off the second shelf. Starting on I, Ice Cube, Bootlegs and B-Sides. Lethal Injection. And The Predator. And we got a Logicist Subjected. Immortal, All Shall Fall. Blizzard Beasts, and Northern Chaos Gods. Now we have Incantations, The Infernal Storm. Infectious Grooves, the pipe that makes your booty move, The Infectious Grooves. In Flames Colony. Come Clarity. Just Erase and Black Ash Inheritance EP on there as well. Reroute to Remain. A Sense of Purpose. And ending off that shelf is In Flames Horacle, which I have a poster of right behind you. I'll just grab the rest of the eyes because like it's mostly dominated by one specific band. You know exactly what one specific band it is. I don't even have to fucking tell you it's Iron Maiden. So yeah, starting off the shelf, we have Iron Butterfly Ball and In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. And now we're starting off with Iron Maiden, one of the best bands ever. We have the Many Faces of Iron Maiden tribute album. Now I have every Iron Maiden album. So the Book of Souls, Brave New World, Dance of Death, Fear of the Dark, The Final Frontier, Self-Titled, Killers, Live After Death, A Matter of Life and Death, No Prayer for the Dying, The Number of the Beast original and remastered, because this one has Gangland and this one has Gangland and Total Eclipse, but this is an original, so I just keep both of them. Peace of Mind, Power Slave, my personal favorite, Real Live One, Senjutsu, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, Somewhere in Time, The X Factor, and Virtual 11. Now, ending off the eyes, you have Iron Reagan's Crossover Ministry. That's it for eye. And the start of shelf number 3. We're just about halfway through the CDs. Now we're going to go ahead and get started with J, which is also dominated by one specific band that I don't even have to tell you what it is. It's Judas Priest. Very similar to Iron Maiden. Now we're starting off the J's with another one I have to censor. Jane's Addictions, Nothing Shocking. And Ritual de lo Habitual. We have Jethro Tull's Aqualung. Thick as a Brick. Now we have Job for a Cowboy, Genesis. Now we're starting with Judas Priest. I have Angel of Retribution, British Steel, Defenders of the Faith, Firepower, Hellbent for Leather, Invincible Shield, Jugulator, 98 Live Meltdown, Painkiller, Point of Entry, Ram It Down, Redeemer of Souls, Sad Wings of Destiny, Screaming for Vengeance, Sin After Sin, Stained Class, and finally Turbo. So that's it for J. That's all the J's, actually. J is a pretty uncommon letter if you're not Judas Priest. There we go. So now we're getting started with K. We got Cataclysm Prevail, Shadows and Dust, with Shadows and Dust. Alive or Just Breathing, Killswitch Engage, Alive or Just Breathing, As Daylight Dies, The End of Heartache, Killswitch Engage Self-Titled, Killswitch Engage Other Self-Titled, King Diamond, The Eye, Give Me Your Soul Please. Then we have King's X, Dogman, Faith, Hope, Love, signed by Doug Pinnick, and Self-Titled. Right? Yeah. I think it's signed by Doug, at least. Looks like his name. my god, I cannot get these fucking out. There we go. Now I have a few Kiss, Destroyer, self-titled, Lick It Up, Love Gun, Psycho Circus, Revenge, Rock and Roll Over, and Sonic Boom. Now we have KMFDM's Don't Blow Your Top. Now we got Korn, Follow the Leader. Issues, self-titled, and Untouchables. Now Korpiklani's Spirit of the Forest. And now we're going to finish off K with Creator, Cause for Conflict, Coma of Souls, Endless Pain, Endorama, Extreme Aggression, Gods of Violence, Hordes of Chaos, and Phantom Antichrist. That's it for K. Moving into L. We have LA Guns, self-titled. And then Lamb of God, Ashes of the Wake. And Sacrament. We have Lazarus AD, Black River's Flow. Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Holy. And then Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, and 4, then Physical Graffiti, and Light the Cities, Facing the Thousand, and Little Caesar, subtitled. That's it for this shelf. This half shelf, at least. And now we're just going to finish off L here. Before we move into, I think is my biggest letter, M. So yeah, ending off L, we have Living Color Biscuit, Stain, Time's Up, Vivid, and then Lynch Mob's Wicked Sensation. My hands feel very dirty, so I'm going to go wash my hands real quick. We'll be right back. I find it funny how, like, no one is fucking watching this, but I posted a reel on Instagram a few weeks ago announcing this, and that video got, like, 1,000 views, and, like, 20 likes, and even a share, and, like, I have 0 viewers right now. My prediction of peaking at 3 was correct. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started with M. We got Machine Heads, The Blackening, Burn My Eyes, Through the Ashes of Empires, and Unto the Locust. Now we have Massacres from Beyond, and then Mastodon, Crack the Sky, and Leviathan. Now we're starting with a band that I have a ton of albums by. And they were my favorite band for many, many years. Megadeth. I had a lot more Megadeth albums a few months ago before I got rid of all the ones I didn't listen to, like the 2004 versions of albums and compilation albums. With the exception of one compilation album, that's Capital Punishment, because it has Kill the King, which isn't on any other album. And now we have continuing Megadeth, Countdown to Extinction, And Countdown to Extinction Live, Cryptic Writings, Dystopia, Endgame with the greatest back cover in the history of music, Hidden Treasures, EP or compilation album, whatever you want to say. Killing Is My Business, and Business is Good. Peace Sells, but Who is Buying? Risk, which I unironically actually really like. Rest in Peace. Sick of Dying and the Dead. So Far So Good, So What? I'm going to buy the new album when it comes out too. Super Collider. Worst album ever fucking made. Hate that shit. System of a Down. No, I mean, this isn't System of a... What the... The system has failed. Speaking of System of a Down, let me check on my package. Hold up. I'm not signed in. Okay, I'll just check the tracking on my... Alright. Now we have continuing with Megadeth, 13, United Abominations, live album Unplugged in Boston, The World Needs a Hero, which was actually my favorite for quite a while. It's definitely not anymore. And Euthanasia. So yeah, that's all the Megadeth. Now I'll grab the albums that are in between Megadeth and another band very similar. You know what band. Starting off here, Merciless Death, Evil in the Night. Merciful Fate's Melissa. And another one I have to censor, self-titled EP or Nuns Have No Fun, whatever you want to call it. Now you have Marindine Atomaichi, or what, however the fuck you pronounce it, The Holy Metal, and Raw. Now I have Meshuggah's Chaos Sphere, and Contradictions Collapse plus the non-EP, and Metal Church's self-titled. You know exactly what band is next. Metallica! I have this Metallica tribute album. Now, Metallica, Justice for All, Death Magnetic, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, Kill 'Em All, Load, Master of Puppets, The Black Album, Reload, Ride the Lightning, my favorite, S&M, and this abomination called Saint Anger. Alright, continuing on. We got Method Man's Tikal. Then quite a few Ministry albums. Animals of Dissamina. Dark Side of the Spoon. Filth Pig. Houses of the Mole. Land of Rape and Honey. Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. Psalm 69. Rantology. Rio Grande Blood, this one's actually my favorite. And Twitch. Now I have one Misfits album, Static Age, my favorite one. And now this Monstrosity and Malevolent Creation split demo EP I got from the Metalhead box a few years ago, before I canceled that. Yeah. We're about to finish off the M's. We're about to finish off the M's. Alright, we got Moonrise, Under the Flight of Crows. Now we got some Morbid Angel, Abominations of Desolation, Altars of Madness and Juvenalia, Covenant, and Formulas Fail to the Flesh. Now I got Mortal Forms, The Reckoning, and Taste the Blood. Now Motorhead, Ace of Spades, Iron Fist, and March or Die. Well, technically, this is an accident on the O, so it's March or Die or something. I don't know. And Mr. Biggs, Lean Into It. Now, Mr. Bungle, Disco Volante, and self-titled. Now, Municipal Waste, The Fatal Feast, Hazardous Mutation, and Waste 'Em All. Now I have some stuff by Muse, The Resistance, and The Second Law. So that's it for M. Now we're going to move into N, and we're about to finish off shelf number 3 as well. So I'll just grab everything left on shelf number 3, which is right here. Started streaming an hour ago, but I actually started showing you my collection like 40 minutes ago because of all the fucking troubleshooting. Okay. Starting off N, we have Necrot's Lifeless Birth. That album blew up in the underground metal scene last year. It's awesome. Neglected Fields, Splenetic. Yeah. And now we got some Nevermore, Dead Heart in a Dead World, The Obsidian's Conspiracy, and The Politics of Ecstasy. Nightingale's Nailwork. Now I got some Nile albums. Amongst the Catacombs of Nephronka, Annihilation of the Wicked, and Black Seeds of Vengeance. Now we have quite a few Nine Inch Nails albums. All That Could Have Been Live. The Broken EP. Downward Spiral. The Fragile. Further Down the Spiral. And Pretty Hate Machine. And that's it for shelf number 3. We're all done there. We have 1.5 left. And then I also have all my records and tapes to show you as well afterwards. So let's just finish off the ends. So I have more Nine Inch Nails. With Teeth. My phone keeps falling. It's annoying. And Year Zero. Then we got Node as God Kills. Das Kapital. And Sweatshops. I got Notorious B.I.G.'s Ready to Die. Now, Nova Arts Follow Yourself. Nuclear Aggressors Condemned to Rot. Now, Nuclear Assault, Game Over. And Handle with Care. Game Over also has the Plague EP. So that's it for N. Now we're moving into O. Starting off O, we got Obituary, Cause of Death, and they're self-titled. I got Obscura, Cosmogenesis, and A Sonication, the new one. Now Billy Ocean, Suddenly, hell yeah. Another one I got to censor. Old Man's Child, Revelation 666. Curse of Damnation. Opeth, starting with Opeth, we got Blackwater Park. Damnation, Deliverance, Ghost Reveries, my personal favorite Opeth, Last Will and Testament, and Watershed. Now we got Origin, Informis, Infinitus, Inhumanitus, whatever. Now we got some Ozzy, R.I.P. Ozzy, still can't believe he died. Bark at the Moon, Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman, and No More Tears. R.I.P. Ozzy. Alright, now let's finish off O here with Overkill. I got Feel the Fire, The Grinding Wheel, Horoscope, Immortalis, Ironbound, Necroshine, Scorched, Taking Over, Under the Influence, WFO, White Devil Armory, The Wings of War, and finally The Years of Decay. That ends off O. Now we're moving into the P's. The P's, you know, like urine. All right, starting off the P's, I got some Pantera, The Great Southern Trendkill, I'm Broken and Slaughtered single, Official Live 101 Proof, and Vulgar Display of Power. And hold on, I swear I have Cowboys from Hell. Oh, I guess I didn't grab it. Cowboys from Hell too. And now Pentagon. Self-titled, Phantom Lords Imperial Fall, Pink Floyd's Animals, Dark Side of the Moon, The Division Bell. Fuck! Fuck! God damn it. God fucking damn it. Okay. Shit. Okay, I think we're good. I'm just going to move my computer over a little more. Alright, now moving on with Pink Floyd, I got The Endless River, Momentary Lapse of Reason, Wish You Were Here, and The Wall. Fuck, those just fell down out of nowhere. That was crazy. Alright. Moving on. Ending off the P's. Poison the Well, You Come Before You. Possessed Seven Churches. Not really listen to that one anymore for very obvious reasons. Power Trip, Nightmare Logic. Hold up. The Opening Fire compilation, 2008 to 2014. I got Primus, Frizzle Fry, Miscellaneous Debris. Yo, I started streaming 7 minutes ago. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that. I apologize. Okay. I guess I have to wear the hat of shame now. Guess I have to wear the hat of shame. Okay, moving on with Primus, Pork Soda, and Sailing the Seas of Cheese. You can't even really see it anyway. Whatever, it's funny. And now we got some Prong, Beg to Differ, Cleansing, and Prove You Wrong. Ah, shit, the stream's glitching. Are we good? It's because of the hat. It's because of the fucking hat. Okay, now we're good. Now I got Public Enemy, Apocalypse 91, Enemy Strikes Black, Fear the Black Planet, Annotation Nation of Millions Tolls Back. I'm going to wear this hat for the rest of the shelf, actually. I want to see what happens if someone joins and just sees me wearing it. That'd be fun. Alright. Now I got some Q. Not a lot of Q, only this much. It's entirely one band except for one album. Queensryche, Empire, Here in the Now Frontier, Operation Fucking Mindcrime, Yo, I started streaming 69 minutes ago now. Good thing it's not the 2 minutes ago. Promised Land. Q2K. Self-titled EP. Rage for Order. The Warning. And Quiet Riot's Metal Health. That's all the Q. Obviously, it's Q. No, I don't really have that much. Now we're getting started with the R. I'm grabbing everything that's R except for one specific band, which I have a ton of albums by. Alright, here we go with R. Radiohead, The Bends, Kid A, OK Computer, and Pablo Honey. And then Rainbows, Difficult to Cure. And Long Live Rock and Roll, the album that got me into metal music. Hell yeah, brother. Still fucking love it. Rainwill's Canvas. Ram's Sudden Impact. Ramones Acid Eaters. Rat Detonator. Rest Haven, self-titled. I got some Revocation, Chaos of Forms, and Existence is Futile. Riot, Thundersteel. Rollins Band, Wait. Rot, Triple Black, local band here in Denver. And Run DMC's Raising Hell. Now, just like I or Jay or something, there is one band that completely dominates the R's. I feel like it's pretty obvious what band it is. It's Rush. Fucking love Rush so much. I have a bunch of their albums. The Counterparts. No, this is no, it is. I don't know why this is right there. It should be. So, starting off Rush, we got Corrosive Steel. Counterparts. So we don't know why that was there. Why that was before Corrosive Steel. Different Stages Live. Hemispheres. Hold Your Fire. Moving Pictures. Permanent Waves. Power Windows. Presto, Roll the Bones, 2112, and Vapor Trails. Fuck! Oh, fuck this fucking hat. I'm gonna enjoy watching that back later. Okay. Shit. Okay. Just a moment. We'll be right back. We will be right back. Okay, all good. It's like nothing fucking happened, even though something totally good. Fuck the fucking hat. Alright. You're going back on Michael Myers where you were. There we go. Jesus. Okay, starting off with S. Another pretty big letter. We got Sabbath Japan, Charisma. Sacred Oath, A Crystal Vision. Darkness Visible. And self-titled. Now we got Sacred Reich, Awakening. Ignorance. And Surf Nicaragua. Sacrifice, Apocalypse Inside. Sanctuary, Into the Mirror Black. Basically Thrash Nevermore. Joe Satriani's The Extremist. Not of This Earth. And Surfing with the Alien. There are just so many bands that start with S, and so many great bands that start with S. Okay. We got Sabotage, Dead Winter Dead, the album that started the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Edge of Thorns, might be my personal favorite. Gutter Ballet, Handful of Rain. I love every Sabotage album except for Poets and Madmen. Power of the Night, Sirens, Streets, and The Wake of Magellan. Now I got some stuff by one of my absolute favorite bands ever, Scar Symmetry. Fucking love Scar Symmetry. Never heard of them. Listen to them right now. Pitch Black Progress, Singularity Phase 1, Neo Humanity, and Singularity Phase 2, Xenotaph. Took 9 years from Phase 1 to Phase 2. So if this came out in 2023, hope you're excited for 2032, Phase 3. All right, Scorpions, Blackout, Crazy World, Face the Heat, Love at First Sting, and Love Drive. All right. Glad we didn't have another Rush situation right there. Okay. Okay. Moving on to another one of my favorite bands, Sepultura. Arise. Beneath the Remains. Just gonna check to make sure we got audio. Hey. Yep. Moving on to another. Yep. Chaos AD. Kairos. Machine Messiah. Morbid Visions and Bestial Devastation. Quadra. Roots. And Schizophrenia. Now we got Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. And then Shadows Fall, Fallout from the War. Fire from the Sky. Of One Blood. Retribution. Threads of Life. And The War Within. Now I got some Skid Row, self-titled. And Slave to the Grind. This is the version with Beggar's Day. I did have the version with Get the Fuck Out, but I got rid of that because Beggar's Day is a much better song. So yeah. Oh, I see who's next. It's time for Slayer! I bet my cats just freaked the fuck out. Okay. Slayer! I got Christ Illusion. Decade of Aggression. This is a limited edition. Really cool. Probably my most valuable CD, actually. Diabolus and Musica. Divine Intervention. God Hates Us All. Haunting the Chapel. Hell Awaits. Rain and Blood. Repentless. Seasons in the Abyss. That might be my favorite, not sure. Show No Mercy. And South of Heaven, it's close between Seeds and the Abyss and South of Heaven for my favorite Slayer album. They're both awesome. And then World Painted Blood. I have every Slayer album, with the exception of Undisputed Attitude, because that one doesn't really count. That's it for Slayer! Now we got Slipknot, Iowa. And then Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. We're almost done with S, and we're also almost done with shelf number 4, which is exciting. So now we got some Soilwork, Natural Born Chaos. Soilwork, another one of my absolute favorite bands. The Panic Broadcast, A Predator's Portrait, Stabbing the Drama, Sworn to a Great Divide, and A Wisp of the Atlantic. I'm just going to check something real quick. All right, my package is actually here. So I'm going to go get my package. I'll be right back. I will be back. Okay. They sent them in 2 separate packages. I'm not entirely sure why. But yeah, I'm excited. And it was a great timing because one of these is actually perfectly alphabetically. I'm going to guess that it's this one. So we're going to open this one first. I was wrong. Okay, this is the one that's really close by and where we are alphabetically. This is the other one. It is Orphans by The Agonist. Hell yeah, fucking love The Agonist. I finally got one of their albums. Orphans, their last album. Awesome. Hell yeah. Love that. I'm going to be listening to that later. Nice. All right, I'll open the other one when we get to it alphabetically. Then we got a Somnori, Nefarious Waves, Soulfly self-titled, Soundgarden's Bad Motor Finger, Down on the Upside, Super Unknown, and Spinal Tap self-titled, Static X Machine, The Stooges self-titled, and Strike Masters Vicious Nightmare. We're about there, alphabetically actually, for that album. And we're also done with shelf number 4. Right after this. So now we got some Suffocation, Blood Oath, Despise the Sun, Effigy of the Forgotten, Souls to Deny. Probably my favorite. And self-titled. Suicidal Tendencies, The Art of Rebellion. How I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Even Smile Today. And Lights, Camera, Revolution. And the self-titled. Now we got System of a Down. Hypnotize. Mesmerize. Steal This Album. Toxicity. And the album in the package. I finally got the self-titled System of a Down album. My favorite, actually. Let's go. I finally have the self-titled System of a Down. Nice. I got my package, baby! I actually have some more coming in the next few days. I'll probably post about those on Instagram. Let's go. All right. I'll get those on the shelf after the stream. All right, and we're also done with shelf number 4. We only have that little shelf left on the bottom, which you literally, can you even see it? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you can. You can see it. Okay. That's all we got left, which is exciting. I can actually fit this one on here right now, actually. Let's just do a quick unboxing. I can manage to take off the fucking shrink wrap. I'm gonna grab a pair of scissors. This should help. Okay. There we go. Nice. System of a Down. Oh yeah. It can go right on my shelf too. There it goes. Hell yeah. I'll unbox the Agonist one later. Alright, now we're getting started on tea. Fuck it, I'll unbox the Agonist album right now, actually. I like to keep the hype stick, so I'm just going to peel this off and then put it on my shelf over there with a bunch of the hype stickers and price tags from albums. I'm just going to peel this off. If it wants to come off. It doesn't look like it does. There we go, I guess I got it. Alright. I'm just going to stick this over here. I'm going to get some tape to hold that up. If I can find where the fuck I put my tape. Here it is. Tape. I'll show you this after CDs. Awesome. Now we can unbox it. Or I guess unwrap it. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. Take off the plastic, I guess. Started streaming 87 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago, I embarrassed myself. I can't fucking open this shit. This is embarrassing. Good thing no one's watching right now. Except for me. I wonder if my Instagram post has like any views. Oh my fucking god, this is pissing me the fuck off. Okay, there we go. The Agonist, Orphans. Nice. Okay, let's move on with showing you my collection. Instead of unboxing albums I just got. Okay. I'll get rid of the scissors too. Okay. So starting off with T, Taunted 0, Terrors, The Damned, The Shamed. Now I got some Tesla, Bust a Nut, 5-Man Acoustical Jam, The Great Radio Controversy, Mechanical Resonance, and Psychotic Supper. Now I have a bunch of Testament albums. I have most of them except for one. Brotherhood of the Snake, Dark Roots of Earth, Demonic, First Strike Still Deadly, The Formation of Damnation, The Gathering, The Legacy, Low, The New Order, Practice What You Preach, The Ritual, Souls of Black, and Times of Creation. I am only missing one. I'm missing Parabellum, which is the new one. I'll definitely be getting that soon. But Amazon was out of it, so I didn't order it. I would have if it wasn't sold out. Okay. Fuck! Fucking! Fuck! Shit! Fuck! Okay. Okay. Now we got Therian, Lepica Cliffoff, Secret of the Runes, Symphony Masses, Ho Dracon Homegos, and Theli. Now we got Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak, Through Arts, to be honest, I do not know what the name of the album is. Tools Anima, Devin Townsend Project, KI, signed by Devin. Toxic Holocaust, Chemistry of Consciousness, and Conjuring Command. Now we're moving on to my favorite section because it has my favorite band. Fuck it, my chair is caught on the carpet. There we go. Alright, so we got Transport League Super Evil. Now Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas Attic, Christmas Eve and Other Stories, Dreams of Fireflies on a Christmas Night, and The Lost Christmas Eve. Now we got Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. Now we got my favorite band ever, Trivium. You can see Ascendancy up there, and also in my hand. This is, so we got Ascendancy, Trivium, The Crusade, Ember 2 Inferno, In Waves, fucking Shogun! The best album ever made! My favorite album ever. We finally got to my favorite album ever made. It only took an hour and a half. And 20 minutes of troubleshooting. Silence in the Snow. Sin in the Sentence. And Vengeance Falls. And then we got 2 Voyeurs. Rob Halford's other 90s band. Besides Fight. And then Tupac, Me Against the World. Alright, we're about done with T. And we're also going to go in and we're also going to do U and the start of V. Right here. So ending T, we got Typo Negative, Bloody Kisses. And World Coming Down. And then U, UFO, High Stakes and Dangerous Men. On with the Action live at the Roadhouse 1976. Then Ugly Kid Joe, America's Least Wanted. And As Ugly as I Want to Be. And then Unearth, The March. Unleashed Odelheim, The Best of Uriah Heep, and Urto Upside Down. Now we're starting V, Steve Vai, Alien Love Secrets, Passion and Warfare, and Real Illusions Reflections. Then we're getting started with Van Halen, Balance, and then the rest are going to be coming up next. Up next on Disney Channel. I don't fucking know. Alright, now we got the rest of the V's right here. Got Van Halen, Fair Warning. 5150. Fuck! 1984. OU812. Van Halen, self-titled. Van Halen 2. And Woman and Children first. And then Velvet Underground, Nico. Self-titled. And White Light, White Heat. And then Venom, Black Metal. Vexed Void, 2012. And then Voivod, Dimension Hatros, and War and Pain. We're almost done with the CDs, and then we'll do cassettes and then records at the end. Okay. Starting the W's, we got Warbringer, Woe to the Vanquished. Warfect, Depicting the Macabre. And then We Came as Romans to Plant a Seed. This one is also signed. I have a couple signed albums I already showed. But this one, I don't know the band members. So, yeah, this one's signed. Pretty dope. Yeah. And then Weird Al, Bad Hair Day, and Dare to Be Stupid. And then Whitechapel, Our Endless War. White Lion, Main Attraction. Then some Whitesnake, Saints and Sinners. Slip of the Tongue, and the self-titled. Now we got some White Zombie, Astro Creep 2000. Los Exorcisto, Devil Music Volume 1. I have a sense of like half of this one. Nightcrawlers, KMFDM remixes. Might have to censor this one, I'm not sure. Super Sexy Swinging Sounds. And The Who, Tommy. I'm just gonna grab the rest. These aren't like the rest of the CDs I have, but they're the rest like alphabetically. The Who, who's next? Winger, In the Heart of the Young, because they don't suck actually. Self-titled. Winter Sun, Time 2. I still don't have Time 1. And self-titled. Witch Clan, The Dark Binding. Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the Wu-Tang, one of the best albums ever made, 36 Chambers. Zentrix, Bury the Pain. That's the only X album I have. Now we got some Yes, Big Generator, Fragile, 90125, Union, and Yes Songs. And then we got Rob Zombie, Hellbilly Deluxe, ZZ Top, Afterburner, and Eliminator. That is it. For the CDs, at least. Well, not all the CDs. I still have more to show you. But that's all the CDs alphabetically. We also have tapes and records still to go. So I'm just going to grab the rest of the CDs here that are not like alphabetical. They're like soundtracks or compilation albums, stuff that wouldn't work out alphabetically. So I got some compilation albums here. The At Death's Door 2 compilation album with a bunch of awesome death metal bands. Guitar Rock, the Heavy 80s. It has Lemmy on the cover, so you know it's good. This one, Heavy Heady, which is very weird. Apparently it's from Starbucks, and it has like Megadeth and Metallica songs on it. I don't know. It is very strange. And then Speed Kills, awesome compilation. This one has a ton of good stuff. It has Exodus, Dark Angel, Slayer, Venom, Bathory. Really fucking good. Oh, I got another notification. Okay, there we go. We are back. Okay. Oh, and we're at 100 minutes. Streaming 100 minutes ago. That's pretty dope. Almost at 2 hours. Definitely going to reach 2 hours. This is 80s hair metal. Doesn't need any explanation. You know exactly what is going to be in that. And then we're starting. God damn it. Just some text. Right. Now we're starting some soundtracks. Bah Humduck, a Looney Tunes Christmas. One of my personal favorites CDs I have, the Diddy Kong Racing soundtrack from the N64, which is actually a shaped CD. And it is shaped in the shape of Diddy Kong's face. That is pretty fucking awesome. I love it so much. So it's just so random, and I love it so much. Continuing the soundtracks, here we go. Jurassic Park soundtrack, the Labyrinth soundtrack, highlights from the Phantom of the Opera, Go Simpsonic with The Simpsons, Singles soundtrack, of course, and then Street Fighter 2 and 5 soundtrack, the Toy Story soundtrack, Wayne's World. So that's it for the soundtrack. Oh my fucking god. Keep getting fucking text from my mom. Whatever. Alright, this is a pretty weird one. Symphony X, right here. You would think that this is their album, The Odyssey. And I did too. But it's actually, the disc is The Divine Wings of Tragedy. I actually bought this from a thrift store, so there's no way I would return it. I wouldn't really get anything back, so I just keep it anyway because it's still a great album, The Divine Wings of Tragedy. It's just in the wrong album case. Whatever. And then the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 2nd edition CD-ROM. And then just a CD lens cleaner. CD laser lens cleaner, I guess, yeah. I use that pretty often. I should actually use it, like, pretty soon, actually, because my CD player's fucky recently. Fucking shit. Okay. Still have a bunch more to go, because I have all of these CDs in, like, these little cardboard promo sleeves, and also this awesome Judas Priest Nostradamus book that doesn't fit normally. I mean, I did have it like that for a while where it was just on top, but it just got in the way, so I just keep it at the end. It's pretty awesome, though. Alright, now I got all these little cardboard promo disc CDs. We got Black Tide EP, I think. Yeah, probably. And then Blind Guardian, The Night at the Opera, Nightfall in Middle-earth, and A Twist in the Myth. And then Bloodthorn, Under the Reign of Terror, Clutch, From Beale Street to Oblivion, Dew-Scented Impact, Diecast, Internal Revolution, Divine Heresies, Bleed the Fifth, Edguy's Rocket Ride, Ectomorph, Outcast. I'm pretty sure that this is We Care a Lot by Faith No More. Firewind's Allegiance, God Forbid, Gone Forever, Griffin, Wasteland Serenades, Hammerfall, Glory to the Brave. They're actually playing on my birthday, which is really exciting. Hate Eternal, Conquering the Throne. Iced Earth, Alive in Athens. Probably should get rid of all my Iced Earth albums because of John Schaefer. You can look it up. Crucible of Man. Horror Show. And I Walk Among You. Then we got Praga Khan right there. King's X. Ogre Tones. Tapehead. And then Pharaoh, The Longest Night. Ride the Sky, New Protection. Scar Cultures, Inscribe. Summonings, Oathbound. 3 Inches of Blood, Battle Cry Under a Winter Sun. Tyr, Ragnarok. And finally, the very last CD, Whitesnake's Good to Be Bad. That's it for the CDs. And now I do have a couple DVDs down there. I'm going to show you those, and then we're going to move on to the tapes. So here's what I have, like, they're like concert DVDs, or just like, yeah. Except for this one, which is an Unearthed bonus DVD that originally came with the Oncoming Storm CD, but I don't have that. I just bought that on its own. Now I got Between the Buried and Me, Parallax. No, this is the Future Sequence live at the Fiddlatorium, Blu-ray. And then Dream Theater live at Budoka. Hyrax, Thrash and Destroy. Megadeth, Rude Awakening. And Rust in Peace live. And then Pink Floyd Pulse. And then Trans-Siberian Orchestra's The Ghost of Christmas Eve. There we go. That's it. For now. Yeah. I'm just going to put this, like, there it goes. Okay. Let's move on to tapes. I think I have like 40 tapes, something like that, so I'm just going to grab them. I have them in a little tape cabinet. I'm just going to grab all of them. Right now, here they are. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Okay, I'll set these ones over there so that I just have two. Okay. So let's move on to cassette tapes. We got Accept, Death Row. Maybe I shouldn't have these in my lap. This is not going well so far. I'll just set them on my table then. And Metal Heart, Accept. Get Back in. Okay. Aerosmith, Big Ones. Brittany Fox, Boys in Heat. Bullet, No Mercy. And then Alice Cooper, School's Out. And the Alice Cooper Show. We got Deep Purple, Machine Head, and Perfect Strangers. Genesis, and then there were 3. Icons, self-titled. Iron Maiden, No Prayer for the Dying. King's X, Faith, Hope, Love. Thing's almost empty. I should probably go get myself a new drink soon. Loudness, Soldier of Fortune. And then Yngwie Malmsteen, Odyssey. And now we're moving on to the second thing of tapes. Right here, I go in my tape cabinet. We got Metal Church, Blessing in Disguise. My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, Cooler Than Jesus. Ozzy Osbourne, No Rest for the Wicked. Phantom of the Opera, original cast recording. Don't know why that's over here. I should probably be over in the soundtrack section, whatever. Prong, Prove You Wrong. And then again, I have a bunch of Rush. Exit Stage Left. Hold Your Fire. Power Windows. Presto. And A Show of Hands, the live album. And then Sabotage, Fight for the Rock. And then Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas Attic. And Christmas Eve and Other Stories. Right after Sabotage, funnily enough. Twisted Sisters, Come Out and Play. And Warlock, True Steel. And my final little thing here, I only have 4. They're not like alphabet, kind of like the last things are. Speed Kills compilation album. This is a bunch of awesome thrash speed metal. Slayer, Hyrax, Voivod, Celtic Frost, Sodom. Ton of good stuff. And then 3 soundtracks here. I got the Lion King soundtrack. Shawshank Redemption soundtrack. And Stand By Me soundtrack. That's all my tapes. I told you I didn't have that many. We're going to move on to records now. Okay, I have somewhere around 100 records. We're going to start with my 7-inch records, which I have in a shoebox just over here. Hopefully nothing falls down. Stuff's going to fall down. Okay, whatever. Okay, here's all my 7-inch records. We got Arch Enemy, Decibel Flexi-Disc. I have quite a few of those. And then also in the same sleeve, I have Asphyx Decibel because I ran out of outer 7-inch sleeves, so I just doubled up on some of them. And then Carpenter's Solitaire. Cattle Decapitation. Cannibalistic Invasivorism, I think. Something like that. Alice Cooper, Clones We Are All. Ghost, Hunter's Moon. Ghoul, Wall of Death. Hyrax Metalhead United EP with Resistance. Metal Forces on the other side. Then Horrendous Sentenced. Decibel Flexi, and then Immolation. 2016 version. Jesus. Jungle Rot, Speed Freak, Venom cover. No, Hallows Eve cover. Then Leviathan, My War, Black Flag cover. And then we got Memoriam, Surrounded by Death, demo version. And then Midnight, Too Loud for the Crowd, Venom, which is a Venom cover. And then Mystical Moon, Pillars, and Medicine Man on the other side. We got Noise Complaint, Fuck Off and Thrash, even though it's like a hardcore punk out, EP, whatever. Pentagram, Bang It Out, 1971 rehearsal, so quite old. Power Trip, Hornet's Nest, Flexi-Disc. Rot, Atom Smasher. Rush, Tom Sawyer. 1349 Tornado, which is a Voivod cover. And then we got Tribulation, Devil Lock, and Death Comes Ripping, which are both Misfits covers. And then Wolfheart Fire and Ice on the other side, Decibel Flexis. That's all my 7-inch records. I'll deal with that later. And now we're moving on to all my 12-inch records, which I told you I have about 100. So I'm just going to grab this many. Doesn't really matter how much I grab, whatever. So we got Angelus Apatrida's Aftermath. And Cabaret de la Guillotine. Annihilator, Set the World on Fire. Anthrax, I'm the Man EP. And Worship Music. We got Anti-Flag, A New Kind of Army. Arch Enemies, Black Earth. Arrival of Autumn, Kingdom Undone. Said this one I showed them on CD, which was only about an hour and a half ago. Listen to them. They're awesome. Then we got At the Gates, Slaughter the Soul. And Avenged Sevenfold's Waken the Fallen. Grab the next bit. Got a Bat, Under the Crooked Claw. Bathory, self-titled. Black Sabbath, Dehumanizer. Blue Oyster Cult's Agents of Fortune. And Spectres. Got David Bowie, Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. And then Bullet for My Valentine, self-titled. Carcass, Heartwork. Coroners, R.I.P. Crysis, From Blue to Black. And Full HD. Darkening and Human Spirits. And Death, Spiritual Healing. All right. Let's keep it going. We got Deep Purple's Burn. Dokken, Underlock and Key. DRI Crossover. And Thrash Zone. Entombed, Wolverine Blues. Eviles, Hell Unleashed. Fear Factory, Soul of the New Machine, and Fears the Mind Killer. Flotsam Jetsam, No Place for Disgrace. Gamma Bomb, Bats. And Sea Savage. Ghouls, Dungeon Bastards. Harlot, Detritus of the Final Age. Havoc, Time is Up. And Unnatural Selection. Then we got Hearts, Dreamboat Annie. And Magazine. My left wrist is starting to get very tired from holding up all these. Good thing we're almost done. Spent almost 2 hours. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's heavy. Okay. We got Heathen, Empire of the Blind. Hyrax, Hate, Fear, and Power. As well as Raging Violence. Then we got Holy Moses, Disorder of the Order. Finished with the Dogs. And Queen of Siam for sign. They say Siam in the song, so I just pronounced that. Hypocrisies, Abducted. Immortal, All Shall Fall. Iron Maiden, Power Slave. Iron Reagan, Worse Than Dead. Jethro Tull, Songs from the Wood. Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Just going to do a quick audio check. Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Okay, we're good. And Sin After Sin. And then King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King. Creators, Enemy of God. Loudness, Thunder in the East. Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force. Megadeth, Peace Sells, but Who's Buying? And So Far So Good, So What? We got Messiah, Frackmont, and Hymn to Abermallon. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I made a mistake grabbing so many. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, come on. Let's go. Okay. I am not going to grab nearly as many this time. Okay. Got Metallica, Master of Puppets. And 72 Seasons. I only have this on vinyl because they didn't have it on CD. Ministry, Hopium for the Masses. And Psalm 69. And we got Mordred, Fool's Game. Motorhead, Bomber. Municipal Waste, Electrified Brain. And then Municipal Waste and Toxic Holocaust split EP, Toxic Waste. Nefarious, Addicted to Power. Obituary, Dying of Everything. Onslaught, The Force. Origin, Unparalleled Universe. And Overkill's Horoscope. Oh, jeez. There we go. That was a lot easier. Okay. We're close to being all done. Just a little bit more records and then we're done. Which is crazy because I've been doing this for 2 hours now. Pantera, Cowboys from Hell. I didn't forget about it this time. Power Trip, Manifest Decimation. Nightmare Logic. That's my pants. Rainbow, Long Live Rock and Roll. Again, the album that got me into metal. Red Death, Formidable Darkness. Rush, Permanent Waves. Yeah, I'm all out. Rush 2112. Which is good because we're almost done. Saxon, The Eagle Has Landed, live album. Scar Symmetry, Holographic Universe. I'll say this again. Listen to them, please. Septic Flesh, Codex Omega. Sepultura, Beneath the Remains. Shadows Fall, They're Out of Balance. Slayer! South of Heaven. I think we're about to be done. Yep. I'm grabbing the last of the records. After this, we're going to be done. Thank Christ. Suicidal Angels, Profane Prayer. Suicidal Tendencies, How Will I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Even Smile Today. Targets, Mission Executed. Toxic Holocaust, An Overdose of Death. Then we got some Trivium, my favorite band. The Crusade. In the Court of the Dragon. Struck Dead EP. And What the Dead Men Say. And the very last record, and the very last album of this entire stream is Eternal Nightmare by Violence. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and check tracking to see if any of my packages have arrived, to see any of my other ones besides the other two. So I'll check that. I'll be right back with you. Nope. So yeah, I think that is the end of the 2026 Music Collection live stream. 2 hours ago, I finally got this started after troubleshooting for 20 minutes, trying to get the audio to work. But yeah, we're done now. The last time I did this was fucking 3 years ago, back in 2022, because I was sick in 23 and 24. So this would be the 5th annual live stream, but technically it's only the 3rd annual live stream, whatever. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this. Literally, there's one person watching right now. Shout out to you who is currently watching live. Yeah, except for that one person currently watching live. I love you. You are only watching this after the fact. And I predicted my peak viewership to be 3, and I was very correct. Yeah, I will see you in 2026. Bye-bye.